Hello and welcome to this episode of How to Kill an Hour. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I was about to say, shall I say hello, seeing as you got a mouthful of pause. Bonjour.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Sean.
How you doing, man? This is the show where Sean and I scour the internet to find some funny bits. Sometimes we play some games. Sometimes we talk about some funny news stories. This is How to Kill an Hour, baby. It's what we do, man. How you doing, Sean?
I'm good, bro. That's some things.
Yeah, man. Winter's definitely closing in.
Winter is coming.
The sky is darkening.
Yep.
And we are in the spooky month, Sean.
Also, today was spooky weather.
Very spooky weather.
Just rain 1 minute, bit of sunshine, rain.
Yeah.
Sunshine, rain.
Yeah, man.
Mate.
We need a little bit of thunder and some cracks of lightning. And then it's curtains, bruv. It's when it gets crazy for us. But Sean, I said we were going to tell some jokes. So shall we crack into our Halloween flavoured jokes
of the week.
Now, we need to give a public service announcement. Adding Halloween into the flavour of jokes can seriously deteriorate the quality of joke that comes out.
I'm not gonna lie, the bar for Halloween jokes is
Shocking.
so it's frightful.
It's frightening. Frightening.
It's so bad. It was actually really difficult to come up with some which I just didn't read and went, oh God, so bad.
Yeah, man.
But not even in a funny way. It was just, oh God, so bad.
When you get down to the bare bones of some of them.
Oh.
I don't know what possesses people to make jokes like this, you know? All right, man. Shall we do it then, Sean?
Okay.
Right.
Are you ready for?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you just ready?
I'm ready. All right.
God almighty. All right.
All right. 3 men are standing outside a Halloween party. The only requirement for entry into that party is that the person wanting to attend would have to wear a costume, and these guys didn't have any. They looked around the side of the building where the party was happening and found some bins and agreed to hunt through the garbage to find anything that could be used as a costume. The first man came across a bucket of red paint, so he stripped naked, painted his entire body red, and then approached the party's bouncer. "What's your costume?" inquired the bouncer. "I'm anger," said the first man. "Urgh." So the bouncer said, "All right, fair enough, come in." The second man, he came across a bucket of blue paint, so he stripped off and painted himself as well. He marched up to the bouncer, his entire body covered in blue paint. "And what's your costume?" inquired the bouncer. The man said, "I'm sadness." So the bouncer said, "All right, go on, you can come in as well." In the bin, the third man discovered an old rotten pear. He couldn't think of anything else to put on his body, so he just jammed his dick into the pear and walked up to the bouncer with full confidence. The bouncer was disgusted. He went, "What the hell are you supposed to be wearing?" The man replied, "Don't you see? I'm fucking despair." It's all right, isn't it?
I'm not gonna lie. I saw this one. And I thought, hey, do you know what? This is a good one, but I was like, I thought you might have to bleep out, and then that might kill the punchline. That was my.
Yeah.
We're gonna just leave it in.
I should have just said I'm in despair.
Because I remember it said fugging. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
that's actually just what I said, actually, in case the algorithm's listening. I did say fucking. From now on, I will keep it clean. Yeah.
It's a good one. All right. Oh dear. All right. A man is walking home alone late one foggy night when behind him he hears bump, bump, bump. Walking faster, he looks back, and through the fog he makes out the image of an upright casket bringing its way down the middle of the street towards him. Bump, bump, bump. Terrified, the man sprints towards his home, the casket bouncing quickly behind him. Faster, faster. Bump, bump. He runs up to his door, fumbles with his keys, opens the door, rushes in, slams and locks the door behind him. However, the casket crashes through his door with the lid of the casket clappity bump on his heels. The terrified man runs, rushing upstairs to his bathroom. The man locks himself in. His heart is pounding, his head's reeling, his breath is coming in sobbing gasps. With a loud crash, the casket breaks down the door, bumping and clapping towards him. The man screams and reaches for something, anything, but all he can find is a bottle of cough syrup. Desperate, he throws the cough syrup at the casket and the coughing stops. What was it? A long trip to
A long trip for a short swim. I love that one. Sean, I'm going to bring back a classic. We've done it before, but we've got to do this one again.
Okay.
A cabbie picks up a nun. She gets into the cab and notices a very handsome cab driver that won't stop looking at her. She asks him, "Why are you staring?" He replies, "I have a question to ask, but I don't want to offend you." She answers, "My son, you cannot offend me. When you're as old as I am and have been a nun for as long as I have, you get a chance to see and hear just about everything. I'm sure there's nothing you could say or ask that I would find offensive. Well, says the cabbie, I've always had a fantasy to have a kiss from a nun. She responds, well, let's see what we can do about that. You have to be single and you have to be Catholic. The driver is very excited and says, yeah, I'm single and I'm Catholic. Okay, says the nun. Pull into the next alley. The nun fulfills his fantasy with a kiss that would make a hooker blush. But when they get back to the road, the cab driver starts crying. My dear child, said the nun, why are you crying? The cabbie says, forgive me, I've sinned. I lied and I must confess. I'm married and I'm Jewish. The nun says, that's okay. My name's Steve and I'm going to a Halloween party. It's classic, bro.
It was a slightly cleaner version. Of the previous one that I think his name was Kevin last time.
Kevin, and it was dog shots in the alley, I think it was.
Mixing it up.
I just love it though, man. That is one of my classics.
That's a good one. All right. Now here come the terrible ones.
Okay.
Did you hear about the guy who dressed up as drugs on Halloween?
No.
He was hoping someone would do him in the bathroom. So bad.
Okay, all right. Right. When I was in college, I was really into this girl named Greta, but I was shy back then and not at all assertive. The girl and two of her friends were going to a nerdy Halloween party and decided to go as the first digits of pi. They needed someone to be the decimal, so I volunteered thinking it would give me a chance to talk to Greta. I was really excited until I got there because I realised she was the 4, which meant that there was going to be someone between us all night long. I was miserable. I barely spoke to anyone and I went home alone. The thing is, the whole reason I went to the party is that I really thought that she was the one.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, come on! Oh, can we put that in the clip? I didn't see that one coming. There you go. So that's a nerdy joke. You can see that we're barrel scraping already, innit? Like, we're getting there. Not bad though. Just super nerdy, innit? Super nerdy.
Super nerdy, but I'm all about that.
All right, cool.
A young boy knocked on my door on Halloween night and said, trick or treat. I looked at him and asked, what have you come as? He said, a werewolf. I said, but you're not wearing a costume. You just got your normal clothes on. He said, yeah, well, it's not a full moon yet, is it?
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. After trick-or-treating on Halloween, a teen takes a shortcut through a cemetery. Halfway across, he hears a tapping noise coming from the misty shadows. Trembling with fear, he spots an old man chipping away at a headstone. I thought you were a ghost, said the relieved teen. What are you doing working so late? Oh, these idiots, grumbles the old man. They misspelled my name.
The best thing about that is your laugh afterwards was like,
oh, sorry, man. These are horrible.
most of these ones are just like short ones.
Okay,
I find that most Halloween jokes are you've found some good like.
Have I done all right so far?
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. Right.
Better than either. What do Dracula's girlfriend and a professional boxer have in common?
I don't know.
They both go down for the count.
Come on. All right. There were 3 guys who died and went to hell together. One day, the devil said he had a mission and was going up top to collect souls, and he told the 3 guys that they could have the day off of being tortured for eternity if they did not have sex with his wife when he was gone. If they broke that promise, he'd melt their cocks off. After the devil left, his wife came in a sultry outfit that showed all of her best bits, and surprise, surprise, she seduced the 3 guys and they all had sex with her. Later, the devil came back from his mission and found out. He furiously dragged the 3 guys into a room with a furnace. The devil opened the furnace door, put his hand in for a minute, and then grabbed the guy's first dick, melting it off. Next, the devil grabbed the second guy's dick and did the same as he did with the first. Finally, he grabbed the third guy's dick, but nothing happened. The devil thought, what the heck? So he put his hand in the furnace this time for 2 minutes and tried again, but still nothing happened. The third guy stood there smiling, and the devil said, what are you grinning at? The third man points to his groin and says, this melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Ask your wife if you don't believe me. Man, the devil would never do it.
The comeback.
That's a comeback.
Oh!
What a comeback.
Also,
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to put out there that I watched a video the other day which explained what all of the things in Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter meant in Japanese. And it was just like random video that popped up.
Really? Can we talk about that after?
We can do indeed.
Mate, that's worth a proper talk about, you know?
All right.
Whoopsie. Toasty.
Oh, dear. All right. Why do hungry skeletons enjoy sex with dainty women?
I don't know.
They like to bon appetit. So bad. I'm sorry. It's so bad.
Like that. Okay, cool. A young lady was invited to a Halloween party, and upon arrival, she notices a man wearing nothing but a glass jar on his penis. Intrigued, she approaches the man and asks what he's dressed as. A fireman, he replies. A fireman? How so? You're only wearing a glass jar, she says. Exactly, he says. Break the glass, pull the knob, and I'll come as fast as I can. You see that one? Coming. There we go. All right.
Okay. What? I'm going to put it out there. This doesn't make any sense, but I still find it funny.
Perfect. Go for it.
Why don't you ever have an unexpected pregnancy when dating a vampire?
I don't know.
Because they can't come inside without asking permission.
Also, true to law. I like it. Factually correct.
We do.
All right. Last one from me. Bob organised a Halloween party and has a great turnout, and the celebration is packed full. Everyone, or nearly everyone, is dressed up. But Bob notices his co-worker George across the room wearing only a pair of jeans, no shirt, socks or shoes. So Bob confronts him and asks him about his lack of costume. George, Bob gasps, I'm delighted you came to the party, but it's a costume party. I have to ask you to dress up, and if you don't, you'll have to leave. What do you mean, says George. I'm in a costume. Costume, Bob asks. What the hell are you supposed to be then? I'm premature ejaculation, replies George. I don't get how you're premature ejaculation, says Bob. Well, I just came in my pants.
You stole my last one.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
You know what's mad? You know what's mad? Right. It was almost. I'm gonna tell almost the same one.
Yeah, go.
But the one that you did was more Halloween themed.
Okay.
This one was, I couldn't figure out what to wear to the premature ejaculation anonymous meeting, so I just came in my pants. Or the Gary Delaney one, which was, I went to my premature ejaculation support group on Wednesday. Turns out it was on Thursday. Something like that. I butchered that.
I love that. Well, there you go, Sean. Those are our Halloween jokes.
Of the week.
And to give you a bit more Halloween energy, Sean, I thought I'd hit you with some Halloween chat lines.
Okay.
I'm going to hit you with them. I'd like you to know.
Do I have to rate them?
Yeah. Which of these is your favourite Halloween chat line?
Let's do this.
You're light as a feather. I'm stiff as a board. If you were mine, I'd give you all treats and no tricks. I bet I can make you scream tonight. Are you tired because you've been running through my nightmares all night?
Tired.
Tired. Do you believe in love at first sight or lust at first bite? And do you want to find out? I looked into my crystal ball and it showed us in bed having breakfast tomorrow.
Easy.
Hey, beautiful. How you booing? And it was at this point I stopped this little experiment. So, Sean, before I ask your favourite, actually, which is your favourite one of those?
I don't know, mate. I quite like the first one, and there was one in the middle I can't remember.
There's all of them there. There you go.
I'm going to go with... Are you tired? I'm going to go with Are you tired one.
Are you tired? Because you've been running through my nightmares all night. Yeah, man. I like the light as a feather, stiff as a board one. Because if they don't get it, too young for you, bro. Do you get me? That's from The Craft. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
It's from the what?
The Craft. It was The Craft, a witch film where they were three women that decided to be witches, and like, to levitate, they were like light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah, no, I remember the. I don't remember the film, but I do remember that.
Yeah, man. There you go. But I like that.
Okay,
Yeah, man.
So,
You're light as a feather,
that's like
stiff as a board.
Just got two parts to it there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there you go, Sean. That was our Halloween chat lines
Of the week.
Of the year.
of the year.
Of the
There we
year.
go. And we can move on from this, I guess, Sean, into other parts of the show. We usually talk about how we've been killing a little bit of time. I mean,
Wait.
Yeah,
I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to interrupt you because I remembered the Hadouken.
The what?
The Hadouken.
The Hadouken.
And the Shoryuken.
And the Shoryuken.
Yeah. I was telling you about the fact that I watched the vid.
Yeah,
and she like went through this Japanese lady. She went through and she explained what all the things mean. So like Hadouken means wave movement fist. For instance,
are you serious?
Yeah. And Shoryuken means rising dragon fist. Right. So they're like they're all like.
What about Futsunuken? What does that mean? Because I love the Futsunuken. Because there's foot in it as well. I might be saying it wrong, but that's what I hear is.
Oh, she did that one as well.
Sean, please, can you find out and we do it properly on the show? Can we do it properly on the show? Is that all right, bro?
Yeah, we can do this.
We have to do it all, man. Because I love the Futsunuken. I love it, man. So yeah, man. Talking about how you've been killing time. I mean, there's something that we want to talk about in a second, but how you been killing time over last week, Sean? Anyway, outside of everything.
Been playing some Xbox.
Yeah.
Or PC even.
Yeah. What you been doing?
Bit of Undisputed.
Nice.
We'll probably move on to that.
Yeah.
Shortly.
I mean, we can talk about it now if you want. I was just going to ask. Yeah, Sean's like, I don't want to talk about anything else. So, we've spoken about it a few times on the show, been Undisputed. We've been playing it on PC and it's about to come out on console. It will be out by the time this episode's out. Sean and I are excited about it because it's the first fighting game we've had in 12 to 13 years, right?
Since Fight Night. Champion? I think it was Champion.
Something 4, I don't know, whatever. It's so long that you could potentially have never had a proper fighting game in your adult life until now.
Did you say potentially?
I did, and that was a massive, gross mispronunciation because I've got these chips in my mouth. But yeah, so potentially, probably you've never had a fighting game in your life unless your dad has an old console, mum has an old console, boxing game. Yeah, boxing game. You probably only have a UFC game recently. So you had another go at it, right? Oh, just to bring you back to speed, it's an officially licensed boxing game with loads of stars in it. Tyson Fury, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh, sorry, Sugar Ray Robinson.
I don't know, Sugar Ray Leonard as well. Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. Eddie, who's the power
Eddie Hall.
Eddie Hall's in there, which I love.
It's kind of very random that Eddie Hall's in there.
He saw the check and he said, yes, big up for you for that, Eddie.
You know, you've got Wilder, you've got, then you've got the lightweights, you've got Canelo.
Yeah.
There are still some fighters missing. I'm hoping that they're going to add some fighters. I hope they add people like Inoue, Berbatiev, Bivol. There's lots of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Like there's still quite a few fighters missing. But
the thing is,
all right.
If anyone can afford it, it's the Saudi money that's back in the game. You know, which is
I feel like Riyadh season that, but unlimited P's.
Riyadh season. If anyone's going to do it, Riyadh season could give you a check and just say write a number on it, innit?
I wonder if there's any. I think you mentioned this last time in the sense of, do you think people will be like, yeah, you can add me into the game for X amount, but I need to be 86 rated, or I need to be X. You know what I mean?
I think that's where the negotiation comes in. I would say, knowing agents, I would say that they would say stuff like this. So, say I want to book Marcus and I want to give him a certain score, and I'll tell you how an agent would behave. Just say,
yo,
nah, man, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, go on.
So I'd be like, we would like to use your fighter in our upcoming boxing game.
Okay, great. So this is our fee, and we wanted to have 99 stats for everything.
We had a look at his ratings, and we were thinking somewhere about the low 70s because, like, in general, he's quite a dead fighter, but we just thought we'd add him in anyway. Side note, in it, he's not like one of the main Donnies.
This feels quite personal, actually, if I'm honest, but I'll continue. But okay, cool. Well, then, if you're going to put him in every point that is under 99 on his stat, we want an extra $1 million. I think that's the conversation.
But the thing is, I feel as if for Riyadh season, that's loose change. If you're 99, then you'll be like, oh, we'll just drop in an extra 15 mil. So I lose more than that running for the bus, isn't it?
Agent will push the line. They might say 5 mil for every point. If they'll do the maths, and they might be like 10 mil for every point. So, do you know what I mean? So it's negotiations like that. Whereas I think, whilst His Excellency Turk, I think he has unlimited money. Also, he's not a dickhead, innit? And he's a fan of boxing. He loves boxing.
He does. He absolutely loves boxing.
So I think,
but there is a point in which you're like
Turkey. Sorry, not Turkey. Yeah, sorry.
I think some people call him Turk. Yeah,
he's the Turk. Shout out to the Turk.
Shout out to the Turk. I don't know. I feel as if I would hope for a more comprehensive roster moving forward, because there are lots of fighters I really want to like try.
Well, from watching it, if I weren't on it, I'd want to be on it.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. I was like, if I was a boxer, if you were a boxer, you'd be like, yo,
put me on it. Put me on it, man. It's what's mad is, and I hate unfinished games, but they were very honest when they released the game last year and said this game ain't ready.
Oh yeah.
This is a build. Give us your feedback and we'll make it better. I'm cool with that. They've built the game now, and now that it's crossed over to console, it's great. I gave you a couple of goes before we started. It's changed a little bit, hasn't it? Again, and it feels like, for me, for starters, I don't think my PC is powerful, but it wasn't set up to play the game perfectly, so it feels a bit smoother, a bit more polished. I love the PlayStation controller, but the game has changed a little bit, and because you've just come fresh off it, I just wanted to ask you what you thought had tweaked a little bit when you were playing the game versus
things that were noticeable. Definitely the visual, the visuals and the sound of when you land power punches. There's a hell of a lot of sweat. It's like round 1, 8 seconds gone. You land a power punch. It's like, it's like 800 mil of water just like going everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm all about a bit of the OTT-ness. We were discussing about like the Fight Night replays back in the day.
You sound like a car crash.
Yeah, it sounded like a car crash. All about it. Things that were the movement seemed pretty similar. I did notice that when you went into when you put them into, what do you call it? What is this? Adrenaline
mode. Where you it's like where you daze someone, but not only are they dazed, you get like unlimited stamina for like 5-10 seconds, something like that.
It does affect your overall stamina when you come out of it, but you get you can keep punching without.
If you throw loads of punches, your stamina goes down. Cool.
Afterwards, after you come out of that mode, and there was a little bit of distancing once you put them into that mode, which felt a little bit weird. But overall, I think it felt a little bit smoother. I would say it felt a little bit smoother. I picked someone initially who I'd fought with previously, and it just felt a little bit more clean. Overall, I would say like little tweaks. Is there anything what other things that you've noticed?
I'd say it feels smoother, like you said. I've noticed that there's slight differences. There's a few. These are really granular things, but there's more tunes. There's more bangers on there. Lupe Fiasco tune on there.
Okay.
There's a couple other rhythms on there. They've kept ding ding. Step in the ring. They've kept that as a tune. They have new game modes, which I kind of like. So every day there's the challenge mode. So there's 3 fights.
That's what you showed me at the end there, right?
Yeah, you had to go at that. There's 3 different fights. One's intermediate, hard. One's undisputed, which is the top level. You pick a fighter, and everything's set up for you. You just press go and you try and do it, and there's a scoreboard. Plus you can connect with the people on the scoreboard and maybe box with them too, which I think is sick.
It's pretty cool.
No crossplay at the moment, which I haven't seen, which is a bit sad. I feel like the volume of the punches is louder, so I actually turn it down a little bit, but I think it's for dramatic effects, like when you're watching it on the TV.
Yeah.
It feels a tiny bit more, a bit more arcadey. I think stamina, and I don't know if it's just because of the boxer I was using, but the thing is, on the PC, I took a boxer all the way to the top, so he had max stats, but maybe I didn't work on his stamina as much, but I feel like the stamina stays up a lot longer, so you can throw longer flurries of punches to make it a bit more fun, because if it was full sim, it would be a very boring game to watch because you'd have to be very careful. But I would say you can throw a bit more.
The thing is, I would say even in heavyweight boxing, there will be times where you'll see boxers who they will have flurries where they will throw 8-9 8-9 shots and that, and you should be able to do that. That should gas you out, obviously, but I don't feel like you should throw 3 or 4 punches and then just be like, maybe like big whooping haymakers. Yeah, fair play. I did have another go at the career. What I will do is I think I will play through the career again, but on the console version.
Okay.
See how that because I managed to get to win the undisputed belts by the time I was about 29, which was quite a lot earlier than the previous. I think the previous time I was closer to 34, 35, and then quite a lot of the fighters by that time were like ancient, bruv. Do you know what I mean? I was fighting people who were like 49, 50 and stuff like that. I'm like, they're on the decline. And then
when I played it, Ali was like a 64 at the end. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight someone else, bro.
He was still 95 when I fought him for the title.
I'm not as good as you, so I was taking longer breaks. I was really, because it was Tyson Fury as well, I had to do a lot of conditioning to keep my weight down. As you get older, after a fight you put on like 40 pounds sometimes. I went from 200 to 40 pounds. So for me, I had to do like 20 weeks of, you can only lose a pound of weight a week, so I do 20 weeks to bring my weight down. And then once,
well, that's the thing. Like you've wasted half a year.
Yeah. Once I just said I want to bring it down to 200, see if I could keep it lower, so I didn't have to keep doing it again. So I ate a year of my life, like later on, just to stay.
What about the? Did you try the dietary cuts that you could do at the during the camp?
I never tried them. How much can you lose when you do
them? I can't remember. I did it a couple of times when it was necessary, when I felt like I was a little bit overweight. But I was I created my own character, and I played like you did, and I played with him. But I would only, like, once I come out of a fight, he would be 2 pounds heavier than he was when I went into the fight or something like that.
Okay, I might just press, because you can create your own player. I might press random to give me random stats, because I don't want to go through the I'm going to make it a random challenge, and then I'll make him my weight, my height, make him look a bit like me as well. I'll have a go.
I would say so. There's if anyone's about to give the game a go and they're going to start a career mode, couple of tips. There are a couple of stats which are difficult during the game to increase, and that would be courage, head and body resistance.
Yeah,
these are all ones that you can't increase by doing the training in your camp. These are only ones that you can increase by completing challenges. So it might be you need to block, 30 power punches to the head, and you'll get +3 head resistance, and then you would then unlock the tier 2. So it would be like, then you have to do 60, and then you get more, and then you have to do 90 or whatever it is. So those 3 stats. I think there's one more stat as well that's difficult. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Definitely the one which is courage. Definitely courage, body and head resistance. I think there's one other one. But to be honest with you, your cutman makes up for those. Yeah. Once you get a good cutman, like,
as long as you don't get knocked out,
give you the boosts.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's Undisputed, man. I've had fun with it. I mean, we have covered it a lot on this show. I mean, shout out to the guys. I think we have given it loads of love, and I just want to say, like, Sean and I haven't been paid for this. This is literally just having a fun with a game that we like. So if there's anything to say, there's something you might want to try over this Halloween, please do crack on.
And we've been waiting for the longest time for a boxing game, so I feel as if it was a bit like, is that a saltine? Is that one of them ones, isn't it? Is that Ritz cracker?
Was that an uppercut? I can feel ding ding.
We've been starving for a long time, so it was nice. But even putting that aside, they've still done a good job with the mechanics. The only thing I would say button wise is I'm not a massive fan of the slip button being the left stick clicking in with a direction. Sometimes that's, I don't know, it almost feels like you have to premeditate it and get your thumb into a different position. It's not as
I'm a slugger, so I just take the hits and then just keep smashing through.
Walking through
the punches. How else you been killing time, Sean? I hope you know that I've not been watching slow horses. I've not been watching strange horses. I've not watched it, bro. I've been good. Yeah. Is it finishing up soon?
How many episodes have you?
I think I was on 3. Was I on 3 when we last spoke, or 4?
Oh no, I was too angry to take any information.
But we will give you an update of that as it comes. Let's have a quick look at where Slow Horses is episodes wise. We'll see.
At least 6 now.
There are. He is looking now. Let's look at our season.
I think 6 came out last Wednesday. Or was that 5? It's at least 5. It's 5 or 6.
Yeah. So season 4, we have had.
Six is tomorrow.
Oh my god! The last one is coming out tomorrow.
Oh! All right. So next time we see each other,
defo,
we're gonna have to have a conversation about.
Defo. You been killing time or anything else?
Nothing too exciting off the top of my head, bro. What about yourself?
I think that's about it, really, bruv. Yeah, keeping it simple, man.
So weather's changing. I'm just becoming a bit of a hermit.
Yeah,
a couple of duvet days.
Trying to organise our lads' night away, which is that's taken a really funky turn. I have no idea where we're going. It might not even happen this year, but who knows?
Well, I thought it was moved to early next year now.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was going to be in the UK, then it's going to be in Europe.
Yeah.
And there's people wanted sun, and then the same. And then we're going to go to the UK. I don't know. I'd summer in the UK. I don't know. But I'm happy for it, though. Whatever happens, I'll be excited for it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Sean, that was it. That was our jokes of the week. But, Sean, I have got some spooky stories if you want. Some slightly Halloween.
Okay.
Well, it's a bit scary, all right? Have you got any news stories this week?
No, I go for it. Go for it.
Sean's like, no, that's so cool. Yeah. So a girl said she heard monsters in her bedroom wall, and it turned out to be something much worse.
Is it worse?
We'll find out. Because I can't lie, I bookmarked this in May and I didn't read it until now.
Fair play.
A little girl made a horrifying discovery in her bedroom wall, which is truly the stuff of nightmares. Mum, Ashley Class, had been trying to help her daughter sleep, as the little girl kept complaining of hearing monsters moving around in her walls. But as the noise persisted, she investigated with thermal imaging. And this camera revealed a huge swarm of bees living in her walls.
I heard about this.
And that's not a euphemism. In the walls in her house, swarms of bees spilled out as a hole was cut in the wall, revealing a massive bee colony thought to be made up of 50,000 insects, as well as huge swaths of honeycomb. I don't know how to say that word. Swaths?
I think swaths.
Swaths of honeycomb. Sharing the journey on TikTok, Ashley described the find as what nightmares are made of. I mean, it is, Sean, it's pretty spooky, man. It's pretty spooky though, bro. Like imagine trying to go to bed and you're just hearing and I bet they radiate heat from the wall as well.
Would you rather?
Go on.
Would you rather in your walls bees, rats, or roaches?
Bees.
Would be your the least favorite.
And they're not coming out, yeah? They're staying in there.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, they're staying in the walls. Yeah, they're staying. All three of them staying in the walls.
Bees.
The worst.
I'm keeping them in. In third place is roaches. Second place, rats. First place, bees.
What if they can come out?
Fuck. Oh my God. How many? Bees is bad because if I get stung, I could die.
Also, once bees fly in your room, what you can do is just be like, that's fine, I'll just chill here. No, it's like, you can't
I mean, I wouldn't want to, but you could technically
punch a rat.
chill if a rat's in the other side of the room, right?
Some people
Or
could.
a cockroach.
No, I couldn't chill with this cockroach.
But a bee, I mean, they're all equally disgusting, but a bee could sting
bees are not
you.
as disgusting. I like bees.
Yeah,
like,
they're nice.
I really like bees.
Sorry, the other two are equally disgusting.
Okay. No, rats are less disgusting.
You reckon?
Cockroaches,
All right,
yeah.
fair enough. For me, they're equally disgusting because they carry different kind of disease.
That's fair. You're wrong, but that's fair.
Yeah. Like I think, for example, a rat, I feel like it can carry rabies. It can carry, dysentery. Like I feel like it carries stuff that just makes you really sick. Roaches can do it as well, but they can't actively bite you in the same way a rat can. Like a big fucking rat is a big beast. And it could, bite your toe off. But a bee can also kill you, innit? Like if enough of them sting you, if a few of them come out and sting you, even if you're not allergic, 10 of those in your eye or your neck. That's a really hard one, Sean.
Yeah, I think you're done.
Yeah, I mean, good aim from them.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know why. I don't know why they just went for my eyes. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it's a tough one. No, because I
what
love
about
bees
you?
and we need bees. And
We do.
Like man will put out a teaspoon with some sugar water in it if I see some bees fresh.
You know what you should put out? You should put out a bit of sugar water and maybe just not too much because they got to go home and they got work to do. A little bit of beer. Just a little bit, Sean. Do too much, they'll get drunk and die and drown in it. But a little bit, you'll see him buzz
Just
away
enough
a
to
little
get
bit
tipsy.
merry. You'll see him buzz away a little bit. Not so much that they get pulled over by the bee police. Have you had a drink today? Officer, I'm fine. Officer, I'm fine. I like to stand on one wing for me, please. But yeah, a little bit of beer, like a little drink.
Is it? Do they drink beer?
A little bit of beer. Yeah. But you may also get wasps that come along as well. Because like with every
Fuck wasps.
like
Hate
with
wasps.
every pub, or every drinking establishment, you get a bit of riff raff.
You do,
Beer,
you do.
let's be honest, isn't really the drink of.
Non-riff raff.
Do you know what I mean? Like if it was martinis, which I don't think is a favourite of the humble bee, then I
don't know, man. Is that an assumption? Have you?
I just don't feel. Look, bees like.
I feel like you might be miscategorizing.
If their
them
day
as
to
well.
day, if their day to day is the consumption of honey, Sean, right? They got a sweet tooth, which might mean
Whiskey
they
Jack honey. Tennessee.
Okay, now you're talking. See, now you're thinking of a drink that can complement that whiskey flavor. You're almost, if you put a little cherry on the side of that, maybe with just what they have in their mouth for the day, and they have a shot of whiskey with a bit of cherry on the side, they got an old fashioned, baby. Little bit of bitters on there.
What's this, cocktails for bees?
Yeah, bro, cocktails for bees. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm saying, man. But whereas like a dry martini, it's not that sweet. I can't see. I see a bee just going like that to it.
But maybe it's the contrast. You're not. Wait, well, hold on. Did you say they're eating honey all day?
Well, they're eating pollen all day.
Yeah,
and they are in the business of honey, so they're surrounded by sugar.
They are in the business of honey. They are in the business of honey.
So they're about it.
But that's like saying that someone's in the business of cocaine. Is constantly getting high in their own supply, but they might not.
But you know what Biggie says, never get high in your own supply. So, you know, there's a counter argument to that.
What does pollen taste like?
I presume it's a little bit sweet.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. It's got a little something to it.
A bit of nectar.
That's sweet. Yeah, I reckon it's a bit sweet because the nectar's obviously sweet. But
maybe after having such a sweet palate the whole day, you want something just to cut through, like a dry martini, just something different.
Take
bitter.
the edge off. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
Negroni, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's only one way to find out. Cocktails for bees. Open a little cocktail for bees.
Well, we'll let you know how we get on next week. We quite find difficult to find bees at this moment in time.
I was going to say it's quite difficult to find glasses that are small enough because I was going to say we could travel for bees. But I'm thinking like the little mixing utensils, the little shaker.
We could travel for small utensils somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's expensive, bruv. You know what I mean? It would be a scientific thing.
We digress slightly. We digress slightly, but it still sounds horrific.
Yeah, man. So a bee man, can you bring back that would you rather as well in the future? I'd like to see that properly. A bee man, the bee inspector, the bee guy, the bee be all and end all. He found the queen and was able to safely take the hive to a new home. Usually when a queen is found and taken from the hive, the rest of the bees follow her in order to protect her, meaning that the key part of removing bees from somewhere is doing that because it helps them
doing the queen.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
right.
I don't know if that's
interesting. I mean, we've had to do some serious excavation to get to the queen. No?
I'm wondering how they got. Well, I've seen guys do it because I'm a bit of a weirdo. Like I've watched on social media, there's a bee guy that I used to watch his story, and they just have an eye for it. They'll just look through mounds of bees and go, right, looks like the queen's around. Yep, there she is. Boom, get her. Might take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but they always get the queen. Sometimes there's two queens. They'll put
two queens. Well, as in like one is about to take over from the other one. Because I've heard about that.
Something like that. Yeah, I've seen it once or twice.
I don't know if they can coexist together in harmony. If it was two kings, they
right, we all know there's only one queen bee, bruv. There's only one queen bee out there. And shout out to all of the beehive. Respect. I don't want no trouble. But so they'll get them and they'll like stick them onto something and then put them in another box, and then all the other bees will just follow over. Yeah, swarm over, man. Imagine having that kind of power. It's like the Lynx effect, but
it's like the Pied Piper, isn't it?
It's like yeah. But
I mean the Lynx effect. That's what. Yeah.
But they removed 20,000 bees, but they still think that there was a swarm of about 50,000 in all. That kind of the rest of them dissipated.
I feel kind of sad for the rest of them.
Took about 10 days, and they'd got into a dime-sized hole in the chimney. That is the size of the hole they got into. And there's an old clay pipe that was used to heat all the rooms 100 years ago, and they found it and got in there because that kind of insulated them nicely. Nice little clay pipe. Sorry, you were going to say?
No, it's as in a dime, like a
small coin.
Not like a dime bar.
That's the
not like an armadillo.
Crunchy on the outside, crunchy on the outside, hard, soft on the inside. Yeah, man. So, guess how much honey he removed from the house in weight?
Many swaths. I don't know. 20 kilos.
45 kilograms of honey.
Wow. 45 kilos.
Bruv, that's a big...
It's like a small person.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a lot of honey. I mean, obviously there's wax in there as well. But the woes didn't end there, as they later found a second colony with even more bees hidden inside the walls as well.
Jesus. You know what he should have done at this point is probably made it into a bee museum or some sort of bee zoo and like moved elsewhere in it.
I'd have started selling honey.
How much can you get for 45 kilos of grade A honey?
Listen, I'm not a honey guy. I am a honey guy. I've only bought it by the jar, but not by the kilo. But I would think that you could make a good bit of money.
Yeah, man, just start marketing as like, what's it called? What's that? The really expensive honey?
Manuka
honey. Yeah, like super high grade Manuka honey, which is like £90 for like a small jar.
Yeah. I'd call it like clay. You'd play on the clay pipe in it, like clay pipe honey. Especially it's quite literally homemade honey, right? homemade clay honey with beer drinking bees. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like your house is a beehive.
Pretty
Like
much.
you're not living in a house, but
just
I
move
reckon
your move house. Don't
Yeah.
move the bees from your house. I think it's just too much effort. And
I
then,
think they'll come back, you know. If I'm honest, I think they'll come back unless they like burn the house down and start again. Do you get me? But then that is like the origin story for a kind of horror movie, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Well, full cycle then. Look.
Yeah, there you go, bro. There you go. And there you have it. That's an episode of How to Kill an Hour. Make sure you follow us on all socials. You have 1 week to send us Halloween jokes. We have got Halloween jokes that have been coming in for our Punderful episode where Sean and I just reel off some jokes quickly. But we have 1 week for your jokes to come in. We're doing this early in the month because Sean and I have got other stuff that we'll be doing, and we want to make sure our Halloween jokes go out at the right time so that everyone can enjoy them. So if you want to get a Halloween joke for us, it's jokes@howtokillanhour.com, or you can DM us on social medias, which is @howtokillanhour everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, all that kind of stuff. And I'm @Marcus Bronzy on all of those as well. Where can we find you, Sean?
Nowhere at all.
Playing Undisputed.
Yeah, playing Undisputed.
Uppercutting Sugar Ray Leonard as well. Thank you guys all for listening today, and when Halloween does come around, I hope you have a spooktacular.
Nah, man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
All right, man, we'll be in your ear hole soon. Have a good one. See you later.